Namaste, Jai Bharat. All of us know that Bharat today is really in a crisis of pressure. We look after our own business, we look after our own selves, we don't interfere in anyone's affairs, we are minding our own business, but we wanted to look after ourselves, and for that we need to be integrated, strong, economically powerful, with good friends, good alliances, to exist in this existing geopolitics. We have been doing this for the last 10 years, continuously, consistently. But then, this geopolitics is such a thing where there is fear, where there is jealousy, where there shall be all kinds of underplays, treacheries, deception. All these things are there. Going back on words, promising and not living up to that. All these things which we study in moral classes in schools as ideals in human existence are often destroyed in geopolitics. No one takes care of. They say things, but then suddenly makes you turn, twists and turns, and puts other persons off. Now, why this happens is a thing which is obvious to everyone. You can't expect people to be transparent always in this geopolitics. And this is a situation that Bharat is facing. I started saying that we mind our own business, but we would like to be strong. And obviously, as in school days, in our younger days, no one likes to be bullied, but there are always bullies in the schools. Everyone must have experienced such bullies in schools, young, small schools. But no one likes to be bullied. People get bullied, and out of helplessness, they get bullied. Just because they can't react for various reasons. And in geopolitics also this thing happens. Many forces were trying their best to bully Bharat for quite some time. They have nothing against us in particular, very person what we say. They have nothing against us in particular, but they don't want us to be strong. They don't want us to have a say. These people who think they continue to be in power would want others to obey, listen and follow. They don't even want to listen to the thoughts of the others. So one of the first principles of democracy is that you try to understand the feeling of others. That's why you want a coherent system of understanding the feelings of others. So everyone has something to say. And when everyone has something to say, everyone speaks of what they think is right. Whether it is right or not, it remains to be understood in larger context. But then everyone has a space to speak of. And that space, these people don't want to give. They want to deny. Because that space is unwanted for them, their interest and their future objectives. Precisely for the same reason, many nations, I don't want to take the names, it's very obvious and understood, some in particular, some in general, many nations join hands implicitly or explicitly to bully Bharat. And this nation, which is a spiritual nation, which is a place for transcendental aspirations, had been taking it for quite some time. Hardly reacting, but reacting. Hardly reacting in the manner as reaction is understood by others, but reacting in a manner which such reactions are not understood by others. We have a different way of reaction. That's a spiritual way of reaction. Look at a person like my Prime Minister, who is not less than a yogi. He is not an explicit yogi like our UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath ji. He is a sannyasi. He is a yogi. That's very clear. That is a very streamlined frame. He is a sannyasi, he is a yogi. So, he does things for the good of others. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is there in front of him, but he looks after his own house first. But my Prime Minister is a yogi, not explicitly, but is a yogi more than many explicit yogis. He has this yogic equanimity of mind, tranquility of mind, temperance of mind, and detached, obviously, not involving. You get angry when you are involved. When you remain detached, then this question of getting angry doesn't occur. There's a concept in the Upanishad, the concept of sakshi, that's witness. If you can remain a witness to phenomenal existence, whatever happens around you, then you will not get involved. Practice to remain a witness, then you will not get involved. And once you are not involved, your mind is clear. Your mind is clear, your thoughts are wide, and you have focused concentration. Precisely this is what happens to Bharat. All this bullying goes on. But no one must have got a reaction as they normally must have expected from my Prime Minister. That's because he's a yogi. He's a yogi in attitude. He doesn't only wear the clothes of yogi, but he need not wear clothes of yogi. I've come across many people in my life, not just one or two, quite a few people, who are yogi in attitude, yogi in character, so detached and blessed souls. That blessed is not a Bharatiya concept. They are completely detached people who can do great things for the majority of people. He is such a person, so he wouldn't react. But at the same time, he is not that kind of a yogi who is detached and who sits for tapasya, forgets and not bothered of the people. Where a karma yogi, that's important. It's a karma yogi. It's a yogi who believes in the welfare of others. Who's a yogi with action. Look at the explicit yogi, Yogi Adityanath. Is a karma yogi. Is a yogi in actions, not talks. Precisely you find the same character with my Prime Minister. He's a yogi. He's completely detached. He doesn't do anything for himself. He has absolutely no personal agenda. He lives for the nation. He works for the nation, and in just one word, he exists for Bharat, the nation. So he works, he thinks, he sees things very clearly, and strikes back, strikes where required, and such strikes, people won't know it coming. It takes time for them to realize. You look at all the bullying going around as Bharat. The bullies are slowly getting calmed down. The results may be not at once. The results may be slowly, but the results shall be consistent and continuous and constant. It's nothing temporary. We are looking at a leader who lives for the society, who thinks for the society, who plans for the society, and who acts for the society. So just because of this one person, all the bullying, all the joint venture of joint bullies are eventually becoming useless, pointless and failures. Gradually, slowly, but getting to be failures. And this is a phenomenon which one ought to look at with a different perspective. Understand it. Try it. Many people can't do it, but majority of people can't do it, obviously. Try it and visualize this nation with its spiritual backbone, its transcendental longing that really makes our existence more meaningful than meaning itself. look at us, look at this nation, then treat the nation in that way for your own good. It's up to you. It's up to the world nations how to treat Bharat. If you want, you can treat nice. If you don't want, you don't treat nice. But we shall remain unaffected. The Upanishadic expression, Tyaktena Punjita. We are involving through detachment. They are not involved through attachment. Normal kind of involvement which we are familiar, which most people are familiar to, is involving through attachment. But then there is a question of getting involved through detachment. You are not affected. You remain a witness, but you perform for dharma, in one word. For us now, dharma is a greater good of the nation, which we are up to. So it's challenge which my nation is facing, and as I see, as I'm sure of, that they're living up to the challenge and giving it back, not to give such kind of destructive retaliation, but constructive retaliation. There's a difference between destructive reaction and constructive reactions, and our reactions are mostly constructive. Where only it is helpless, there shall be destruction. Where with people, those who don't understand anything, there's no other way except than sticks. There's a theory of danda nidhi in our Sanskrit. Danda nidhi, sama, dana, bheda, danda. That's the last one, danda. You can refer it. It's the last one. We take it out to Pakistan because they are incorrigible through any other means, and perhaps this is one thing they are expected to understand, and they still don't understand it. So we stand, we face. We have been here for quite long time. In fact, we have been here for the longest time, and we shall continue to be, without disturbing others, actually contributing constructively to mankind, not just mankind alone. Living beings are not just the living being alone, to the entire cosmos. We shall meet again. Namaste. Jai Bharat, Jai Siya Ram.